Welcome to Class 5 NCERT Mathematics Boxes and Sketches Chapter 9 Introduction. In this video, we will be seeing introduction to boxes and sketches, that is regarding 2D shapes and 3D shapes and its nets. 2D shapes. Plane shapes are those that can be drawn on a flat surface such as paper. It has two measurements, that is length and breadth. So, if we draw this on a plain paper, it has two measurements, that is length and breadth. Then those shapes are called as two-dimensional or 2D shapes. Okay children, so plain shapes that can be drawn on a flat surface like paper, which has only two measurements, that is length and breadth. It can also be called as width, is called as two-dimensional or 2D shapes. Examples of 2D shapes are rectangle, circle, square, triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon. All this can be drawn on a flat surface like paper or any cardboard or anything. So, these are called as 2D shapes. And 2D shapes, for example, if I take a square, it has sides, yes or no? So, how many sides are there here? 4 sides are there, and these where 2 points meet are called as corners. What is this called as? Corners. And corners are also called as vertex. What are they called? Vertex. V-E-R-T-E-X. Vertex. 3D shapes. Solid shapes that have three measurements like length, width and height are called as three-dimensional or 3D shapes. Okay children, solid shapes, that is solid shapes means like this, which you can catch in your hand. Solid shapes or which you can view. Solid shapes which have three measurements like length, width and height are called as three-dimensional or 3D shapes. So, what is the difference between 2D shapes and the 3D shapes? 2D shapes can be drawn on a paper. Yes or no? We can show it on a paper because it doesn't have the height. But when it comes to an object which has height also, that is a third dimension height is added, then it becomes a 3D shape. That is, it has three dimensions, length, width and height. Examples of 3D shape are cuboid, cube, cylinder, sphere, pyramid and cone. Children, so what's the difference between this cuboid and cube? Cube, all sides will be square, whereas cuboid, it will have rectangles. This cube has all sides as square. Now, real life 3D shape examples. Here you can find few examples of real life 3D shape. For example, the pyramid is taken, the mountains, see this watch, next triangular prism, the hut, her house which has top like this, a tent and all, cylinder, your mugs, any bottles and all this. Next spear, balloon, ball, tomato and so on. So, what is the difference between spear and a ball? Spear and a circle. Circle is just a circle, okay, but spear means this, see, you can see here, yes, the balloon, ball and all. Next, rectangular prism, your fish aquarium, your luggage bag, your book and all. Next, cone is carrot, your ice cream cone, your playing items which is in the shape and all. Cube, dice, this house which is in the gift box, and you play with your dice, no? That. 3D shapes, cube and cuboid. Now, here you can see this is a cube because it is having square, and the one which is highlighted are faces. So, how many faces are there? 6 faces are there. Corners where 3 edges meet are called as corners. So, how many corners are there? 8 corners. And then coming to edges, where 2 sides meet, that is 2 faces meet are called as edges, and it has 12 edges. Okay, this is a cube. Now, let us see. Now just now we have seen it has 6 faces, 8 corners and 12 edges. Now, let us go to a cuboid. what I told, difference between cube and cuboid. Cube, it has all sides, isn't it? Now when you come to cuboid, it has 6 faces, 8 corners, and similarly it will also have how many edges? 12 edges. Now 3D shapes have faces, vertices and edges. Okay children, just now I told you vertices means nothing but corners. Corner is also called as vertex. Now this is a 3D shape because it is having height also, length, width and height. Faces are the flat surface. Faces are the flat surface which you can see, that is faces. So how many faces will be there? 6 faces will be there. Edges. Edges are where the two faces meet. Here the two faces where it meets, it is called as edges. This line, this, all these are edges. And vertex is another word for corner. Just now I told you na, the corner where 3 edges meet, is no? That is corner and it is called as vertex. The plural is vertices. Nets. A net is a 2-dimensional representation of a 3-dimensional figure that is unfolded along its edges so that each face is shown in 2D figure. Okay children, now for example, this is a rectangular, it's in rectangular shape, so this is a cuboid. So if a cuboid box, if you open it, see what formed? That is called as net. Children, and unfolding means what? Opening is unfolding. See, this is a cube. Okay, this cube is being opened, this is unfolding, and a net is a 2-dimensional representation. See, now this is a 2-dimensional representation, yes or no? Because you can draw it on a paper of a 3-dimensional figure. So when it is closed, it is a 3-dimensional figure, and when it is open, you can draw it on a paper. So then it becomes a 2-dimensional figure. So when you can draw like this on a 2-dimensional figure, see like this, then it is called as nets. In other words, a net is a pattern made when the surface of 3-dimensional figure is laid out. Laying out means nothing. See, opening. See, these are 3-dimensional. I have opened it. Now what happened? It becomes a 2-dimensional figure, and those are called as nets. Now nets of a cube. So these are the different nets of a cube. While saying about cube, I said how many faces does it have? 6 faces. And one thing is, if you are having, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All these are 6 sides. Yes or no? If there is less than 6, that will form a cube? No, that will not form a cube. And all these are the nets. Now you can take the paper cutout and you can see that whether these are getting folded into cubes or not. See, if you take this as a bottom, this will become the side, this will become the opposite side of this, then this will become opposite of this, and this will be the top one, that is the opposite of the down one. Like that you can check it out whether this is forming cube or not. Now net of a cuboid. Cuboid means it will have some rectangle shape in that, yes or no? See, when we open this, this is the down part, okay, this is the side part, exactly opposite to that this part, and then this is the top part for this down part, so opposite of that it will be, these are the side parts. So all the faces are there. So this is the net of a cuboid. Net for cube and cuboid. See, here you can see one more example. See, this face is, it's a square, it's colored here. See, this is the other part of the face. You can check out, it is here. Like this you can check out whether it is a net of a cube or not. Similarly, for a cuboid also, you have to check all the faces, you have to check, and you have to see whether it is a net for the cube or not, cube and cuboid or not. Okay children, let me move. Now, how to draw a cube and cuboid. Here you can see how to draw a cube and how to draw a cuboid. This is how to draw a cube and this is how to draw a cuboid. The easy way, okay. This is one square, okay. Exactly back I am placing one more square, and then joining these vertices. That's it, joining these corners. Vertices means I told you corners. If I join from here to here, here to here, here to here and here to here, just that's it I did. Okay, if you do that, like see, as this is a pen, I can't draw a perfect square. So I am showing this is one square. Yes, next this is another square. Okay, and then join all the vertices. Okay, join all the vertices, then you will get it. Okay children, understood? Now similarly, this is a rectangle. Back again I am placing one rectangle, and then what you have to do? You have to join the vertices. This is the cuboid. Understood children? This is a cube, how to draw a cube, and this is how to draw a cuboid. Understood? This is the depth of a cube and this is the depth of a cuboid. You can draw in different ways ma. Different people draw in different ways. So you can take your own way of drawing. Okay? Different ways you can do it. Okay children? Thank you. Next we'll see in the part 1 of this lesson.